Hello, welcome along. It's a brand new Chairboys live match day. Thank you for joining us. My name's Dan Simpson. It is officially Tuesday, the 29th of December. I can confirm that. I even looked at the calendar and everything, just in case you'd lost track of the days. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're safe wherever you are in the world in this very strange crimbo limbo time. I know. I heard someone say that earlier. Skin crawled a little bit, but that's what's going on. I hope you're keeping busy wherever you are. I hope you made the best out of this very strange Christmas and you're getting ready for quite a quiet new year. Now, look, before we get into the game, let's not beat around the bush for just a second. Let's put it out there. The Chairboys are propping up the league. 24th in the championship, but, let's not let that overshadow an episode of celebration, looking back on what has been an historic 12 months for the club. Our highest ever league finish, thanks to points per game. We've made it into the second tier for the first time in our history, which you can agree is much better than tier 4 right now. So let's remember an amazing 12 months for the Chairboys. We'll have a look at the game today against Cardiff City, kicking off in 40 minutes in just a sec. We'll get your highlights from the last year in that. But what I want to know from you before we get it is two things. Number one, it's a Chairboys Live staple. Where are you watching from in the world? Where are you hunkered down for this Christmas game? Sadly, we can't be at Adams Park. Let me know where you are all across the world as part of the worldwide Wycombe phenomena in the comments below. I'll read them out. I'll flick them up on the screen. Also, I think we should give out some Chairboys Live Matchday awards. So we'll have the standard ones, the ones that you get in like your under nines, end of season, end of year awards. So give me best game, best signing, most improved. Give me all of that. But also let's have some more random quirky ones thrown in there if you don't mind. So I don't know, like best lockdown, most outrageous lockdown haircut when they came out. How about that? Best attempted bit of skill that maybe didn't quite come off. Best near miss of the season, best attempt from an opposition defender to rib Bayo of his shirt, that kind of stuff. Chuck in refereeing performances if you can as well. Best slippery promotion of the season, we'll take those. Throw them all into the comment box below and I will say hello as we go on. Stuart Barnes, hello, watching by the Garden Fire in beautiful southwest London. Hope you're well, Stuart. Hello to Michael, who is in South London as well. Hello, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us. Amy Lavender is watching in Wycombe. By the way, loving the new graphics and font on this StreamYard. Yes, please, more of that. Hello to Ryan Waller, who is watching us in Knoxville, Tennessee, through Facebook. Hello to Suzanne. Yes, hello, Sue. Keep the faith. Come on, let's go. Not done yet. Still a long season left to play. Hello to Matty, who is in Radwell Village in Hertfordshire. And also, one of the coup here. Come on, Fitz. Thank you for watching us in Washington, America. Hope you're staying safe and well over there. Right, it's a big game today. Let's quickly get the tail of the game. Wycombe, 24th, take on Cardiff, who are 12th. The Bluebirds have lost their last two. They've got 2 wins from 5. Let's check in at Adams Park right now and say hello to our man at the club, Tom Baldwin. Welcome to Chairboys Live Matchday. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing very well, Dan. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Let's just get the formalities out of the way. How are you finding this very strange Twixmas thing that we got going on?
Yeah, it's very odd actually. I've actually lost count of the days. So thank you at the top of the show for mentioning the dates because I completely lost count. But right. Yeah, we have finally made it to the end of 2020, and what a year it has been, both on the pitch and off it. We've gone from fans to no fans to fans to no fans, and the amazing League One and playoff campaign, will forever be etched in Chairboys fans' mind. And then obviously this season playing in the Championship. The away win comeback at Birmingham, taking on and matching former Premier League sides like Watford. It's been a heck of a ride, and hopefully, this evening tops it off.
Yeah, I think we need to stop talking about 2020 with the predicate, what a year it's been. I think we can kind of leave that back in this year as well. Listen, you're at Adams Park right now. We can see the team news just across the screen. Some huge news in there, not just Joe Jacobson captaining his boyhood club that gave him his very first start. We've also got someone making a huge start for the Chairboys today. Just take us through the 11.
Yeah, so obviously last time out we played Bristol City, and it was kind of the theme of the season so far. We had a really good second half performance, and we probably deserved at least a point from the game. And it was another great performance from Gareth McCleary, and who's basically been one of our signing of the seasons, really. And Anis Mehmeti played another big role off the bench, And Darius looked very composed in his first or one of his first outings in the Championship. I mentioned obviously on our last show that we haven't actually lost by more than a goal since November the 4th, and that still stands. We have always been in games, always right until the very end. It just always seems to slightly slip away from us right at the last minute. And in terms of the game, to give a bit of context, this is the first meeting since April 2003 where Gareth Ainsworth actually lined up for the Bluebirds at that point. And of course, as you mentioned there, it couldn't be a game against Cardiff without mentioning the set-piece king himself, Joe Jacobson. Born and bred in Cardiff, obviously rising his way up through the ranks and eventually making his debut in 2006. I believe he has one championship appearance to his name at Cardiff. And JJ's dad on Twitter said that after 14 years, the day has finally come. He mentioned that he's never played against his hometown club before, and this is going to be emotional, he said. And then he actually captioned, he actually put a photo of Joe Jacobson in some sort of youth honours list. And there's a caption, Joe Jacobson, left back, quick left back. And I'm sure that still stands to this day, Joe. But yeah, onto the team news. Alex Patterson is obviously serving the end of his 3-game ban, so he's not involved today. So I thought I'd just quickly get that one out of the way. So from the top to the bottom, we start with Ryan Allsop in goal. We have Jack Grimmer, Joe Jacobson, as I just mentioned there. Ryan Taffazoli comes back into the side.
I'm very excited to see how he plays. We've only got glimpses of Taff in the quarters this season. Been very unlucky with injuries. Kind of came to us with that immense fitness, got himself fit, then got a little bit injured. So I'm very excited to see how he plays tonight. Huge, tall presence in the back four.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think, just before I continue with the lineup, it's a good point you mentioned there, the physicality. I think Gareth's changed a little bit. Obviously, I think last week and the week before, we went very attacking. I think this game is very, very physical. We've gone with some very strong lads. And then we've got David Wheeler, Uche Ikpeazu starts, Josh Knight, Daryl Horgan, Curtis Thompson, Gareth McCleary, and of course Anis Mehmeti, who played a huge role in that equalising goal in the game against Bristol City.
It's amazing, isn't it? It always happens this way, I've found, with signings for the Chairboys such as Scott Cashgett, such as Alex Samuel. Mehmeti could really turn into one of those players. Someone that came in without a lot of fanfare, kind of slipped under the radar, an announcement on the website. And we're thinking, okay, it's nice to bolster the numbers. We've got this new, the second team. I'm not really certain what we're calling it. And then for Mehmeti to turn up and do what he has really is outstanding for him. I think he was playing lower non-league last season after being released from Norwich. So to see him start today is really quite a big thing. What are you expecting to see from him, Tom?
Yeah, the thing with Anis is he's quite a reserved character, and that's certainly not a negative. But when he actually plays, he has such a huge influence on the pitch when he comes on. It's funny because Anis, when he scored against QPR, he was coming out to do his post-match interviews, and I was sat in the press box, and I just went like that to Anis, and Anis turned around, and he was very, very chuffed with himself. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, Anis brings a lot of energy to the side. He brings dynamism. He's sort of that. That's sort of low centre of gravity type player. And yeah, he's certainly going to bring something to this game.
Yeah, I think it's very good to see a nice, creative, tricky number 10 in there. So very interested to see how he does starting today. Another player that I'm keen to see starting is Uche. Uche back in the starting 11, possibly for the first time this season, not entirely sure. But I know we've Bayo is he's not getting any younger. He can still do it. He can still really cut it. But it's been a busy old season. I know we've got a statistic where we get a lot more points when he plays, but I'm very interested to see how Uche gets on. What do you expect from the big man? Us to play to him as we normally do to Bayo, or is he likely to be a bit quicker off the line, perhaps?
I think they're similar in sort of both ways. Obviously, Bayo and Uche have the height presence and they have the physicality. But then I also think Uche brings sort of a quickness to his game, a bit of some really good dribbling characteristics that I think can light up a game in a moment. I think Bayo's been very unlucky in the last few weeks. I don't think he's been playing fully fit, as I think people can see. And having watched when Uche has come on, I think he just brings a bit of liveliness. And yeah, sadly, just hasn't been falling for Bayo. I was watching the Bristol game. Balls coming up to him, they're just taking the wrong bounce. Things like that. And hopefully Uche can just come in, sort it out, and hopefully we can smash Cardiff 6-0.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll take the one, but whatever you say. Now, I know that you're very much in the Wycombe camp at Adams Park, but there's some big names that we remember from the top flight in that Cardiff lineup. Just take us through that 11 as well as you can.
Yeah, so Cardiff have Alex Mithies in goal, Joe Bennett, former Wolves, Sean Morrison, Will Vokes, who scored a banger, to put, lack of a better word, in the weekend against Brentford.
Oh, by the way, and if you're watching this and you've not seen this, you need to go and watch. Cardiff ended up losing the game 3-2, but I think this was the goal that put them in front. There's nothing better. One of the very rare things that top the tree, forgive the pun, in football, is someone absolutely just smashing it in from their own half and meaning it. So when this is all done, when you've got the 15 minutes between Chairboys Live and kickoff, go and look up that goal. It's amazing. I hope he doesn't replicate it today. Sorry, Tom, carry on.
Yeah, certainly goal of the season contender. And then you got Leandro Bacuna, used to play for Aston Villa, Joe Rolls, Robert Glatzel, Curtis Nelson. And then the two Liverpool loanees, you've got Harry Wilson and Shea Joe. I think both have 3 goals and 4 assists to their name. So they're clearly huge presence, really, in that Cardiff City side. And then they round it off with Mark Harris. So, yeah, and obviously not to mention some of the guys they got on the bench. Philip Benkovic, who I think used to play for Leicester or currently does, and Josh Murphy, used to play for Newcastle. So, yeah, there's certainly some Premier League experience in this side.
That's what we're in the Championship to do. And this is one of the games I'm really disappointed we can't all be there at Adams Park, because I have seen Cardiff, their away fans. In fact, I think possibly we're safer at home, Listen, Tom, I said I'd stop asking this question because everyone always sits on the fence. But if we're not going for 6-0, what's the score going to be, Tom?
Oh, well, Cardiff come into the game on the back of back-to-back defeats against Norwich and Brentford. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did a 1-1, to be honest. And I did just want to quickly mention from everyone at the club, they just wanted to thank everyone for their support around the world as we continue to grow both domestically and internationally. It's basically meant the world to the club. And we can't wait to have you back when it's safe to do so. So make sure you all stay safe. You have a great new year. And make sure you follow the game today on the iFollow and the website for live updates.
Thank you very much for joining us, Tom. Happy New Year.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Bye. There you go. I said don't sit on the fence. He picks 1-1. We really do appreciate all the work that people all around the world are doing, by the way, on Instagram pages, new Twitter pages popping up every day. So keep that up. Thank you wherever you're tuned in. All across the world, let's just crack through some of those right now. Hello to Jeremy, one of the Ohio Wanderers. One of our biggest Wanderers out there in the States. Thank you so much. Not size, I mean, amount of people. Don't worry, Jeremy. Let's move on. Hello to Lemo, who's watching from Turkey. What else have we got here? Hello to LPC_Jarrett, who's watching from a car park in Great Kingshill. Sounds quite Christmassy, quite mystical. Thank you very much for watching. Now, listen, in the comments, carry on letting us know what's been your favourite moment of the season. We went on Twitter and Instagram and on socials a few days ago asking you for your greatest moments of the last 12 months. Do you remember how it all started? 2020, we got our first win of the year. We were wearing yellow in support of the Samaritans' Anything But Blue campaign. And the Wanderers, remember this? Remember Paul Smith charging into the box, winning the penalty? We left it quite late to beat Rochdale. your captain today. That's our first win of 2020 in the yellow for a fantastic Samaritans campaign. You can always rely on JJ. Very quickly, let's say hello to Pete. Pete, thank you for watching. Hope you're safe. Hope you made it home okay. Well done. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you've just started watching, this is Chairboys Live, getting you ready for a big game, 7:45. We're taking on Cardiff City at Adams Park, and we're looking back at some of our favourite moments of the last 12 months. We asked you for your favourites on social media. Adam Cecil got in touch, obviously a relation. He wanted to see the comical own goal in the 2-0 win at Bolton. It was the first away goal he'd seen in person in almost a year. So let's have a look at how that game unfolded. Again, you can always rely on JJ. By the way, if you thought that was a comical own goal, wait until you see the Romain Sawyers one against West Brom earlier today. This is Chairboys Live. Like most of your favourite shows over the holidays, we're doing a clip show. We're running through our favourite moments over the last year. And we're moving into the last home game before the very first lockdown now, when Wycombe took on Tranmere Rovers. Are you starting to see the link now? Joe Jacobson rounding off that win with another fantastic, always reliable penalty. Right, Ian Brown wanted us to play the very first game back after the very first lockdown when we went away for the playoff semi-final first leg. We were up at Fleetwood. Now, I was a little bit worried about this. Well, you've always got to be worried in the playoffs. And Fleetwood were a good team. They had a great run just before lockdown. But then that worry was completely distilled like 4 minutes in, thanks to an incredible Namdi off-ball strike. Paddy Madden, not a happy bunny there. Listen, I've watched those highlights back a few times because I'm sad and there's not been a lot to do and I'm a massive Wycombe fan. Thanks very much for Zebra Outrider for mentioning that in the comments. But I've only just noticed a fantastic bit of sledging. I'm not really sure I should say this, but anyway, when Ched Evans is about to take the penalty, which gets them the equaliser, you'll have to watch this back. Someone, I don't know, maybe Anthony Stewart, maybe it's Darius Charles, says, "Imagine missing this then." And it's an absolutely fantastic bit of sledging. Go back and watch that. So that was the first leg. We then drew the second leg 2-2 back at Adams Park, which took us to Wembley. Could the Chairboys make it to the second tier of English football for the first time in their history? that leads us on quite nicely to my favourite moment of the year. That was all amazing. What happened in the game, though just nerve-destroying, was amazing. But nothing was quite as nerve-wracking as the last few minutes when everyone across Buckinghamshire and further afield as part of the worldwide Wycombe Wanderers, all we wanted to do was for the ref to just blow it.
Wheeler tried to add another final goal. He'd have been far better running to the corner as we still play. Stewart came to win it. Wycombe are in the championship.
What did you watch, lad? Yeah!
Listen, it's been quite a turgid year for everyone. But for us Chairboys fans, that video is there to remember exactly what this team has done. This incredible feat that this side has done. A historic 12 months for the Chairboys. Thank you so much for being part of it. Stay safe. Get well to Luke Butler, by the way, watching from Wycombe, sat in bed, recovering from COVID. We are thinking of you. Stay safe. Have a very, very happy, quiet as you can be, New Year. Now is the time to get your iFollow pass. By the way, if you haven't, get to www.fc.com for that. Get yourself settled. It is Wycombe taking on Cardiff City. 24th plays 12. Kickoff is in just under 15 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Have a happy New Year, and we will see you in 2021. Fingers crossed for a better year all round. Thanks for watching. Bye.